Those short conversations, they fill my heart that I didn't even realise was empty. There's something about sailing around the world that nobody really prepares you for. People imagine the turquoise water, the sunsets, the dolphins, and all that freedom. And I guess to an extent that's what we put out on social media. And yes, that's our real life. And we do go to amazing places and see some amazing things. But one thing nobody prepared me for was the loneliness. So when Scott and I cast off the lines, we knew we were leaving Australia. We didn't think, or I didn't think, or realise that I was going to leave that everyday life behind. I left all the girlfriends that I had, those coffee dates, the birthday celebrations, the quick call saying, do you want to catch up? Do you want to go for a walk? Those birthday celebrations, all of the things that you do just in normal day-to-day life. I left the people that knew me before I became a woman on the boat. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this life. I love waking up somewhere new. I love exploring the countries I've never imagined visiting, and in fact, some of the countries that I never even knew existed. I love sharing every adventure with my husband, Scott, God bless him. And Scott is still my friend, but he's not my best friend. He can't replace my girl time. So we live 24 hours, 7 days a week together, you become an incredible team. We've weathered those storms together. We've celebrated incredible moments. We've faced challenges that most people would never experience. And somehow, through all that, we've become even stronger. But as much as I adore my husband, he's still not my girlfriend. He's never going to understand what it's like having another woman to laugh with. Someone who just gets it. Someone you don't have to explain yourself to. I think that's why really meeting other women while travelling has become one of my favourite parts of this journey. There's something incredibly special about the women who sail. Maybe it's because it's the unusual path we've chosen. Maybe it's because we understand those sacrifices that we've all made. Maybe it's because we know what it feels like just to leave our families and everything familiar behind. I've met women all over the world, from different countries, from different languages, different boats. But somehow within minutes, I don't know why it is, but we have this incredible bond. It's like we've known each other forever. We swap stories, we laugh about anchoring disasters, we talk about, our victories, we celebrate our success. We sometimes even tear up a little. Because just sharing that little coffee or, that walk along the promenade is so integral to what we do. Those short conversations, they fill my heart that I didn't even realise was empty. I've noticed something else too. Women who sail generally happy to be around each other. We celebrate each other's success. We're almost champions of each other, and we're complete strangers. So it's not competition, it's not who sailed the most or, what conditions we live in or, who's got the bigger boat. It's just that they were here together, and for some unusual reason, I guess, we just have formed this bond. So, we do try and give each other help and support. And, last night we talked about with another sailing boat, I talked about this with Lee, and, sometimes it's just going into a dress shop and trying on a dress, or, do you think I'd look good in this? Not that you want to buy that dress, but it's just one of those things that a woman really does need. So there's a sisterhood out here that I never expected to find. I've realised that belonging doesn't always come from just staying in one place. Sometimes belonging comes finding those people who understand your journey, even if you've only just met. So if you're another woman leading this life or considering doing this lifestyle, whether you're sailing around the world, weekend cruising, or simply dreaming that, one day I could do this, I want you to know something, that you're not alone. There are women all over the world understanding exactly how you feel. They may even meet for a coffee or hopefully, a cheeky cocktail in the afternoon before sailing off in a different direction. But for those moments, they just matter, those little moments. Those friendships matter. They remind me that why this life can sometimes be lonely, it's never truly lonely. Because somewhere in another anchorage, in another marina, in another country, there's another woman that is desperately needing the same thing as me, just that woman's companionship. And that's one of the greatest gifts of this journey, is the women that I've met, the women that I text, the women that I keep in contact with. So I don't think you have to leave those friendships behind. I think you need to work at the friendships that you meet on a boat, the friendships that you've left behind back in Australia for me. Work hard at it, reach out, make sure that you have that companionship, because it just can't be replaced. So if you're considering following your dreams, I guess my advice to you is to make sure you do get that woman's time in and don't feel guilty about it. We live 24 hours, 7 days a week on a boat with our husbands or significant other. And sometimes we just need a break. Sometimes we just need that moment in time to talk about silly girly stuff and not boat projects or, pulling apart toilets. So just remember, we are important, and the female relationships that we do form in this lifestyle are really, really important. So if you're another woman sailor, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear, how you feel on a day-to-day basis, where you're from, where you're sailing. We're currently in Montenegro on anchor, and it's absolutely stunning here. But again, sharing that with your husband is one thing, but being able to share it with another female is also just an amazing experience. So drop me a line, let me know where you're from, let me know what you want out of this amazing life, and how you keep in contact with those wonderful women that you meet. Happy sailing, ladies. I hope you are killing it, because it is a wonderful lifestyle. Take care. I'll talk soon.